This is a video on economics for the students of class 12, and we were discussing about theory of supply. In the previous video we had explained what a supply is. Today we'll go with the law of supply. So let us begin. Law of supply. Now, what is a law of supply? When we were reading about a law of demand, we know that there is an inverse relationship between the price and the quantity. Meaning to say that when the price of a particular good, like if I say the price of a pen, which today you're buying at rupees 5, it is increasing to rupees 10. So what happens is the pen that today you're buying at rupees 5, tomorrow you need to buy that same pen for rupees 10. That means there is an increase in the price. Now, according to the law of demand, it states that when the price of a commodity increases, the demand of that commodity or that particular good false. So if today you buy, suppose you're spending 10 rupees and the cost of the pen today is 5. So today you're buying 2 pens. But tomorrow if you go to the same shop and you want to buy that same pen, so you will have to pay 10 rupees, but you'll be getting only 1 pen. That means your budget is 10 rupees. You can afford only 10 rupees. Only the difference is yesterday you were buying 2 pens. Now today you're buying just the 1 pen. That means the quantity that you are demanding today is decreasing since yesterday. So law of demand states that there is an inverse relationship between the price and the quantity demanded. But when we are discussing about law of supply, it creates a direct relationship. You must remember that when we were discussing about demand, we were thinking, or our approach was consumer's approach. We were actually relating things with the viewpoint of the consumers. But when we are reading law of supply, it is from the viewpoint of the manufacturers, or you can say the producers. So law of supply here states that it derives the relationship between the price and the quantity supply. It states that supply of other things remaining the same, quantity supplied of a commodity is directly related to the price of the commodity. In case of demand, it was inversely related, but here we have it as directly related. So according to the law of now other things remaining the same. Now what are these other things? Now you must remember that when we were reading about demand also, there were some factors which affect or which determine the demand of a commodity. Like if I say for related good, now you have related good like tea and a coffee. Okay, now if the price of the coffee falls, now you if coffee falls, that means you are demanding more of coffee. And what happens is, since the people who were drinking tea since yesterday and yet today they are finding that coffee is cheaper, so they have shifted their interest to coffee. That means the demand of coffee has increased because there is a fall in the price, and because the demand of the coffee has increased, there has been a decrease in the demand of tea. So these are how related goods affect each other. So similarly, if the other things, this price of the other good and different things in the market like government taxation, new invention of new technologies, and then you have price of your good, all these things does not change. They remain constant as ever. So what happens? These things should remain the same, only then law of supply stand. That means there is no change in the price of the related good. There is no bring new technology changes. There is no increase in your cost of production. There is no government policy or new excise taxes that are being imposed on your good. That means all these things does not affect your cost of production, is not increasing. In that case, quantity supplied of a commodity is what? Directly related to your price. That means if there is an increase in price, the quantity that you're supplying will also increase. what happens in law of demand? When the price increase, demand falls. But in case of law of supply, it states that when the price increase, the quantity that you're supplying will also increase. So there is a direct relationship. If the price is falling, quantity supply will fall. If the price is increasing, the quantity supplied will increase. So this is the law of supply. I've tried to contrast it with the law of demand so that it is clear to you. You do not get confused. Okay. So this was given by and explained by Ceteris Paribus that quantity supplied is the function of the price of that commodity. Now, what are the assumptions to the law of supply? Now, what are the major assumptions? Like I said, other things should remain the same. Your price of related good, there should not be increase in your cost of production. There should not be any technological change. There should not be any government policy, new excise or whatever taxes that are being imposed. Everything should remain the same. So in that case, you have the law of supply standing. I hope this point is clear. Okay, now moving on to the supply schedule and supply curve. Now, what is a supply schedule? Like demand schedule, it is also a tabular representation of the quantity supplied at different prices. Now, when I said law of supply, I stated you that when the price of a commodity is increasing, the quantity supply is increasing. So if you see this schedule, it is a hypothetical sale of your wheat. So when the price is rupees 1 per kg, the quantity that is being supplied is 5. When the price is increasing to 2, the quantity supplied is 8. When the price is 3, the quantity supplied is 12. So what we see is it is increasing. When the price is increasing, the quantity supplied is also increasing. So this is your tabular representation of quantity supplied, or you can say it is your supply schedule. Now, with respect to your supply schedule, I've prepared a graph here. So if you see that it is graphical representation of the quantity price and the quantity supplied. So we know that when the price was rupees 1, when the price is rupees 1, remember when we are preparing the supply curve, your y-axis is the price and your x-axis is the quantity supplied. It's the same as your demand curve, but only difference we'll see is in case of quantity supply, we see the curve is moving upwards. But in case of demand, our curve was moving downwards. So what we see is when the price is rupees 1 per kg, the quantity supplied is 5. So your 5 is your x-axis, 1 is your y-axis. So this is the point. When the price per kg increases to rupees 2, the quantity supplied becomes 8. So quantity supplied, that is 8, is your x-axis and y is your price. So it comes to rupees 2. So we see an upward shift, or we see an increase in the quantity supplied of the commodity. So similarly, when you have the price at rupees 3, the quantity that is supplied is 12. So this point is, I hope, clear to you that how a supply curve and demand curve, what is the difference between the supply schedule and demand schedule, supply curve and the demand curve. So I hope this point is clear to you. This is all we have from the video today. In the next point, I'll discuss with you why do we have an increase in, or we can say why do we have an upward shift of the supply curve. If you remember, in case of demand curve, we had seen that there was a downward slope of the demand curve, but supply, we have an upward shift. That is basically because of goals of the company, that obviously they want to grow, they want to maximize their profit. And other one is your diminishing marginal productivity, that we'll read in the next topic. That's all we have from the video today. Thank you.